Hey guys, it's John. Welcome to my live stream. Now, I know most of you always see me getting excited and everything, but tonight I just feel like very emotional and I don't look very excited because since you guys have already seen my post and explained to you guys what's going on, and I know it's very painful to tell you guys. Now, it's not about me, it's something else. And I mean, I know it's just kind of crazy so far, but it's very important. Now, before I do that, before I can explain to you guys, now, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you miss any videos, click on notification bell, thumbs up if you love this live stream, if you love any of my videos. You can comment down below if you guys want to be next video or the next shorts request. All right, so I know it's just kind of painful and it's kind of hard to explain to you guys. I'm still trying to wait for anybody who is subscribed or who just arrived to the chat so I can explain to you guys what's going on. Now remember, if you have trouble with notification bells, always trying to fix it. I mean, I had like if you guys remember last week, we already had trouble with one of my guys. One of you guys told me that you didn't listen because either if your phone is vibrated or you didn't turn on your sound. And I mean, I always have my phone vibrated because I always do that whenever I go travel. If I travel, I always turn on my notification bell as everything. But to be honest, let's see if anybody's here because I wanted to explain to you guys what's going on and everything. I'm just trying to wait for anybody who's in the chat. I'm just waiting for anybody who's here because I'm just feeling too emotional and I am just feeling like I don't know what's wrong with me or anything. It's not about me, it's about something else that I wanted to tell you guys. So I'm just trying to wait for anybody who is in my live stream and everything. So I already I already notify you guys and everything. All right, let's see who's here today. All right, guys. I wanted to tell you guys what's going on. And it started on a Friday after I got out of work, and I thought everything was going to be fine for so far to get excited for my Christmas holiday, but it turned down short because let me explain to you guys. It started off is that like once I got into the house and once I enjoyed dinner and everything, the worst part is that my dad just told me that my grandpa is getting bad in his condition of his health, and I had to travel all the way to Fresno, California. And the reason why I really had to go there because I needed my grandpa's support and everything. And I feel very sad, emotional. I pray to God that I want him better and I don't want to lose him because he was a very good grandpa who showed religion and everything, and I've been really learned from him, and he always been so lucky too. So let me tell you why, and I'm still trying to wait for anybody who's watching live. Well, let me tell you what happened about my grandpa. I mean, it wasn't the first time he ever had that situation with his health. It happened like 2 years ago. Well, let me tell you what happened. It started off like 2 years ago in 2023. It was the first day of June. And after I picked up my parents from the airport, they just came back from El Salvador. And everything was okay until when I got home from church on Tuesday for a youth group, I my parents told me that my grandpa got into an accident because he was with a bunch of group of musical friends for a church group and got into an accident and he was rushed to the hospital. And even like my parents traveled all the way to Fresno, California with my aunt who is related to my dad's side and some of my cousins. And even like when I got a FaceTime message to my dad and saw my grandpa, he was in bad condition. And then after they came back, I decided to go on a trip to go see my grandpa. And we were trying, and then when I traveled all the way to Fresno, believe me, he was in rough shape. When I visit his hospital room, and he had like a bad condition. He had like his bones, like his cheek was bad, and he broke his teeth ever since the incident. And even like I feel like I was about to cry too much, and it was so much pain that I seen my grandpa so far. But even after a few months, he got recovered. But the only thing is, his teeth, he couldn't even get any teeth. He just had to get like other dentures so that he can eat. And then my today my grandpa just got into a okay. We have the life of Tidy Matham May the main co 4677. Welcome, man. All right, welcome, Tidy May. Hey, Tidy. I was just telling everybody the tragic news about my grandpa, and I just feel very emotional, and I just feel like sad inside me, and I just really feel. And we got Easy, the only scanner. Hey, Easy. Yeah, guys, it's kind of painful because my grandpa is in a hospital now. I had to go there because I don't know how much longer, because my dad says that I'm gonna go there on Christmas Day. Once after I open my presents, I'm gonna head out of my house at 10 a.m. and head over to California. And we're gonna do is like stop by. We're gonna stay the night at Albuquerque, New Mexico, because like we're gonna get too tired to get to keep going on the road, because we might get too exhausted after celebrating Christmas. And then after that, we're gonna hit on the road the next day. And once we get to California, we'll have to do an appointment for the next day to go see my grandpa. And it's gonna be so much emotions, because like we're gonna go see him, and I don't know how long will it be, because like I just don't want to lose a family member, and I feel so much like I'm about to cry and everything, and it's so bad. I'm just praying to the Lord and praying for everybody, and I need a lot of your support so that I can go to Fresno, see my grandpa, and I just really pray. Thanks, Easy, for all your support. And I wanted to do is like, if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I wanted to do is like tell everybody that I will have to do is like, I wanted to like help a lot of people, and I wanted to like help do random back of kindness and bring back the community. And I know it is really crazy, but like I want to do is bounce myself back and always learn the only things ever since like being absent for 3 years. I wanted to make a better difference. And I'm also writing my own book. And like I said from my previous streams and even my shorts and videos, that I wanted to write my book so that I can show everybody, never give up, and always follow from God's words and everything. And that's the reason why this is the only news I tell you guys. It's really tragic that I heard about my grandpa, and it's crazy. I mean, like, now the only thing is we're gonna go on a road trip. Like I already told you, we're gonna travel all the way from here to California. We're going on car, and I've done this a lot of times, traveling in car, a bunch of times going on a road trip, because we were thinking of getting a plane, but it costs a lot of money, because I mean, I went to Fresno last 2 years ago, but we didn't get to the Fresno airport. We went to the LAX, because Fresno was very expensive, so we got was a LAX flight. I only went there with my dad, and we got was a rental car to drive there. But then, because it was too late, we told ourselves we're gonna spend the night to see my godparents, because they live in California, and we always have some family members who live there. And then once we wake up the next day, we head on the road, and it was like a 3 hour drive all the way there. And then we saw my grandpa, and we couldn't let, and it was really bad. And I just feel like I've been like watching him, and I feel like like I was about to cry and everything. I just don't want to lose him. It's kind of complicated, and I only want to do is just see my grandpa again, and I want him to feel better and everything. And another thing is that like, because like now, and let me tell you guys, traveling from Dallas to California to Fresno, it's a very long drive, and it only takes like 23 hours. It's going to take like a day to go all the way to California. So the only thing is like we're going to spend the night in Albuquerque, and like I said earlier, is that we're going to be too tired after celebrating Christmas Eve and Christmas, and we're going to hit on the road, and we're going to stay at a hotel, because the only hotel we're going to go to is we're going to go stay at a casino resort in Route 66. And since you guys haven't heard of Route 66 because it's connected to from Chicago and ends in Santa Monica, California. Yeah, because and even I've even kind of told you like I'm originally from California because I was born in a city of Linwood. It's in the county of Los Angeles, and that's where I grew up. And believe me, I mean, growing up in Linwood in California was kind of tough. And I mean, I don't remember that much, but I kind of trying to find a way to know what I can remember. I mean, I only remember like growing up. I mean, my brother and I mean, my third older brother and I, we always play along. Sometimes we do roughhousing, and sometimes we got in trouble, like making so much noise, or even we blaming each other, one another, or even we kind of make some stupidity with one of our old friends. I mean, they we did met them because I didn't even know about them before. But then, and even like we had troubles with school. Sometimes, like I always have troubles with learning and everything because something to do with like people say I have dyslexia, or even I had like learning disability because like it's kind of hard. I mean, like my mom always trying to do show me and my brother about discipline and everything, and even like one thing I don't like growing up is like how my dad always uses belt and hurt us and saying that's taught us a lesson, but I don't like that. Using a belt on your own children, that's not very good. I just feel always hurtful. They don't understand my emotions, understand what I really want to do. I just feel very quiet and everything. It was kind of very hard to start off in California. I always had some good times whenever, like, truly, I don't remember that much. I mean, like, I only remember I going to Six Flags Magic Mountain with my family, and even like, I didn't even notice because, like, a few years later, I didn't even notice that I had two older brothers, and they were originally from El Salvador, and that's like my brother. That's how like my dad tells us, and we take use of DNA, and then he started to recognize my brothers. That's why I had three older brothers. I had two brothers because I thought I only had my third older brother, and it was kind of crazy. And most of the times, like during during the weekends, and even like on Saturdays, my brother and I always enjoy Saturday morning shows. We always watch Power Rangers. We watch Pokemon. We always enjoy watching other types of shows that do exist or others that don't exist anymore. And even sometimes we see some weird Saturday morning game shows, but with different countries. And even like sometimes we always had to go errands with my mom, my dad, and even we go have fun time with some friends that we know. But even on Saturday, like somewhere like noon or 1 p.m., my parents always take me and my brother of Saturday school, and they call it a rutina. It's like routine, but it's something to do with if you're Catholic, you always have to go to those and always learn about from God and everything. And even I was supposed to go to my first communion in California, but since we moved here, we had our first communion like back in 2006 or 2007. Even if you guys don't know when I started moving here, I mean, I moved to Texas back in 2005. I didn't know how it works and everything, but truly it was kind of like very quiet, and that was very good because in California it's always so rough, crowded. Sometimes when everybody has to go to work, so much traffic, everything. That's how I saw on my last trip to California was so much traffic when everybody's trying to head to work, going out for the holidays and everything. And even like I don't know much about like a lot of houses, but even when my last visit, there were so many houses. Like people always get that. But ever since you guys already know, since the beginning of the year, we had like from a lot of fires around through Southern California. It was kind of crazy. It had burned a lot of businesses, restaurants, schools, and a lot of mansions and houses that either a lot of celebrities live in. And sometimes like most of the times like a lot of a lot of celebrities had to go out of town, either doing like important business stuff, or even like they're going on tour, or even they do like some type of like other events they're gonna do. And it's kind of crazy, man. Like some who are really mad, sad, emotional that they lost their houses, their cars, and everything. I mean, 5 years ago, a lot of people were struggling ever since when COVID hit. Even like they're trying to get together for everybody. And even like I remember like where my parents and even some of my brothers, they did was like they watched one of the concerts, but we can't, but because they couldn't let anybody go in because of COVID, they decided to do is like go online and watch the concert on their homes, and then we see like when you see the concerts and even like everybody are live with so much screens, and then they get to watch a lot of actors, artists who are performing, and that's very good and everything. Even sometimes like a lot of actors have to work during COVID. It's kind of really rough, and even like others are trying to fix it. And just like when I saw on Mr. Beast, he had to help a lot of people. This like Mr. Beast had been so successful and everything. And even he's going to be special guest on Survivor 50. Now, I have watched Survivor 50. I have watched Survivor during high school. I only watched some, and I even seen who the winners are. And I even seen a couple who met in All Stars, and they became a couple, and then they got married after the show. You guys already know Boston Rob and his wife Amber. And it's kind of crazy. They started met like strangers, then they started to have a good connection, relationship, and then Boston proposed to her when they finally made it to the finale. And he didn't win the money, but his wife Amber did. It was kind of emotional. But then after that, they they competed on the Amazing Race not once but twice. Because on the first time they almost won $1 million, but on the second one they didn't. They were eliminated somewhere, but then they did have a good time because they already have families. And then Rob have also won from one of the other seasons of Survivor. And I mean, being on Survivor can be very tough, and it's all about like surviving for 26 days. I mean, back then they had like 39 days, and now it's 26 days. And even like where Robin Ever came again, but this time for Winners at Wars, where a lot of winners will have a chance, and even like all the winners had to come back when Jeff says like they're gonna have to read the votes when they get back to the U.S. But because of COVID, Jeff is in his Jeff is now in his garage because everybody had to get back home, and so like all three finalists, where you guys know Natalie Anderson, who she and her sister Nadia competed on the Amazing Race not once but twice. It's like when they competed on the Amazing Race, they almost made it to the finale, and even they were the first ones to be eliminated, and it was kind of crazy. And even Natalie won Survivor 28 called Blood versus Water, and even she almost won the money, but she's proud that she already won $1 million. But who won was Tony. He won from other seasons, but now he won Winners at War $2 million so that he and his family can move on. They're like it's really tough during COVID. And I mean, even I did tell you guys about like 5 years ago about like where since in COVID, it was kind of tough for us. Like even like we couldn't go to our daily routine and everything. And I was supposed to go to college and school during our spring break, but then because when COVID hit, couldn't go in there, and even all the other vacations and everything, and then I had to do online. But I finally passed all the other subjects and everything, and even I had to complete other ones, and then I had to do one more before the holidays. I did was mathematics was the last one before I graduated Dallas College, and I got myself was associate's degree of science in 2021, but that was like 4 years ago. And I mean, now I'm working for school district, but now I am taking a vacation because I need some time off from work and spend time with family and maybe get a little exploring because I haven't I haven't taken a vacation and it's almost been a year ever since like last vacation I've been to was El Salvador last year. And even I was supposed to go there, but I need to get myself a new passport because mine's is about to expire on July. So everybody really wants to go travel. So how many of you ever traveled? I mean, easy. Do you have any plans on Christmas? Because I am going to watch your video in just a bit, okay? Because I just got home kind of late because I was like a little, well, let's say I was like 1 minute late for the stream because like I just got home and I did play some scratch off games on my way home because I was doing like using my strategy and I checked. Let me tell you, I was at the gas station and one of the things I saw was like I see like the whole screen. They shows like how many numbers and everything. Nice. Thanks, easy. So I was checking the screen. There's like all the tickets ranging, and I was trying to do. I always play for all the puzzle games, and I was using like my own eyes, and I tried to check every ticket numbers have, and I always had to go like either I go for the lowest, highest number. I always go from the beginning, the middle, or the end. And I did got some very good games that I won, and I only got was like well, I made a little profit, like around $20, like $30, because like I only played like $40 because like I was starting with $20 in random tickets. I was playing some three different crossword games, and then I played was a $5 crossword and a $5 bingo. It didn't turn out very good, and then I bought another 20, do the same thing, but this time I got very good ones. Even like I got $5 from one of the Christmas crosswords, and then the second one I got was from $5 on the other $3 regular crossword. Even I did $3 on on a multiplier crossword, and then I played was a $5 bingo, and it only gave me $5 back. But then when I played the $5 crossword, and then I found the bonus word and some matches. I won like $25. And then after that, I decided to do like a little challenging and then I played was like a $5 Dallas Cowboys ticket and then I won $10. And then I played was a crossword puzzle and then I won another and then I won $30 because I found two multipliers and I told myself I don't need to I don't need to play it. I'll just go in and then they gave me $20, and then I played a $10 Mega Loteria. I won under the $30, and then I played one more game, and then it gave me $20. It was from a random $10 ticket, but I made a good day and everything. And with that money I got, it was enough to buy myself always some Christmas gifts for my family. I just only need two more Christmas gifts for two of my other family members. And I mean, if you don't know, Christmas is always about giving and everything. And I've only remembered that, like, I mean, I had like a lot of scratch off ticket presents from some of my cousins, my aunts and uncles, and even like I always remember like I've seen some winners who always win $1 million after getting a Christmas present from some of their family members. And even I seen like the youngest kid who just turned 18 had a Christmas gift had a scratch off winner as a Christmas gift from their grandparents and won $1 million. And that was kind of crazy. I heard about that news so much. Now, people always say, I mean, I just play the Powerball, nothing, but I heard that the jackpot prize is really crazy. $1.6 billion. That's kind of crazy. I mean, like everybody say this now yesterday or a few days ago, they say like it was 1. 1.3 or 1.4, and they say like it was the fifth largest, and now it's the fourth largest jackpot so far. And people were always wanting to buy a lot. I mean, we had so many winners because like I was checking online. Oh, and I got a message, and this is from the Joy of Scratching, and she told me, "That's awesome, nice win." All right, thanks, Joy of Scratching. If you don't know, if you guys haven't seen my my shorts yesterday, I just bought a $2 scratch off ticket. It was called Lucky Number Seven, and while I was trying to play in my car, and I saw it was like two numbers. It was 20 and 22, and then I saw I got was a manual win all. It was not just the numbers. I also found was a triple symbol. It was triple sevens. That means I triple my prize. And then I took a look. There was a 10 on the triple sevens. That's $30. And then I found was like one of the two numbers, because two of the two numbers I got $20. That's 70, and all the other ones were total of 30. That's how I won $100. And the odds, if you don't remember on my shorts, it was like 1 in 2043 to win. And it was kind of crazy. It's crazy that, I mean, I only remember the first time I ever won $100 on a $2 ticket. It was in 2019. I played what's called the Veterans Cash, and I found was it's a double symbol, and I thought I was going to get like $4 or $10, but no, I found 50 times two was $100, and with that, it was enough for me to pay for some like doing some taxes and stuff during like that was like 6 years ago when I already turned 21 and everything. And here's another thing what I'm gonna do is like I said earlier that yes, I will have to drive to California to see my grandpa, and like I always say, I just want my grandpa to feel better soon so he doesn't get into bad health and everything. So as I was saying, yes, we're gonna stay at New Mexico for the day because we're gonna get too tired. Because I told my dad, why don't we stay at this casino resort from last time when we took my uncle there to play there, and he said that's a great idea, and that's where we're going to be staying at in Route 66, and that's where like we're going to be having some fun time there. I mean, I didn't play there because that was like 8 years ago. We stayed at one of the casino resorts with some of my family members, and the only thing is that like I wasn't even old enough to play there because I only had to wait for 2 years until I get turned 21. Because, like I say, I mean, like if you wanted to play, you had to be 21 plus. Like some of the other states only allow 21 plus players. I mean, like the only place I can play at age 18 is Oklahoma. That's where I played for the first time in Oklahoma at the Choctaw Casino Resort. And I mean, it's really hard to win at the casino. Going to play this time around. Oh, really? You're going to play the casinos easy? I mean, I do remember one of your previous videos that you did go to a casino, and I mean, winning at the casino can be really hard, and sometimes it can be really tricky, and even like you always had to play the game. And even I've seen a lot of casino YouTubers, and have seen them before, and they had became very successful. I know NG Slots, Brian Christopher, Old School Slots, and SD Guy. And now I was watching his Lucky Lee Gaming. And her name is like Zeta, but we always have to call her Lee. And she's from Las Vegas. And now she's absent from YouTube because she's saying that she's focusing on school. But she's saying she's graduating the upcoming year in 2026 so that she's going to be a lawyer, and when she's not working she's going to play at the casino too. But one thing if you guys don't know is that because like once 2026 is coming, I'm going to my first ever high school reunion. Yes, as you guys don't know, I graduated 2016. It was a very good school year. I had very good grades, and I did go to college and everything. And even in 2016, I even trying to pass, but I passed in 2017 before my birthday because I only had 3 tries. I mean, on the first try, it was somewhere around in, I think it was in October. I messed up so badly at the in the DMV, and then the second time somewhere before Christmas, I messed up too. But this time on January before my birthday, I finally passed my driving test, and I got my driver's license. And I always tell myself it's always drive responsibly and everything. And even like if my license get expired, I always have to go online and get a new one. It's very important to be safety as usual. So it is going to be kind of crazy for anybody. So, oh, okay, here it is. Are you going to play when you get to New Mexico? Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about because I told my dad we should go to this hotel that we went to last time 8 years ago at the casino resort because I haven't gone to a casino like over a year. Because if you guys don't know, I did go to a casino last year, but I traveled all the way to Tampa, Florida. Now, I want to explain to you guys what's going about like why I went there. Okay, so it started like the reason is my brother wants to take us to Disney World. Even like they celebrated my birthday late over there in Florida, and he got us like an Airbnb, and we stayed in one of those little fancy house places around the area. And then it was like I don't know how many rooms were there. It was like 4 or 5 bedrooms. It had like a movie theater upstairs, a built a foosball table, and then downstairs we had like a swimming pool, kitchen, garage, and a washer and dryer because sometimes when we had to do laundry and stuff, and then after that we can do it. And even like we had to go pick up some food at a nearest place around town. And even like when we arrived at the Orlando airport, there was like an on the border restaurant. But right now there's no on the border because there's only 40 on the border restaurants somewhere. I mean, I do go there because I do remember I gone there a lot of times since my brother worked for the on the border corporate office, but now he works for Avocados for Mexico. So, and even like we 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 had a fun time in Disney World. We only went to is just the Magic Kingdom, and we saw the fireworks. It was a good time, and we got back to the house like 10 p.m. Got a little snack, and then 11:30 p.m. we went back to bed, and then we had a good time. And then we get to go have lunch at the Texas Roadhouse. And then I told my parents like, why don't we go to that Hard Rock Seminole Casino? It was only an hour away. We decided to go there like around 6:30 or 7 p.m. And we traveled there, and I saw the Hard Rock Seminole Casino Resort. It was kind of crazy. And you know what else is crazy? When I went there, I saw Elvis Presley's original piano, and there were like so many original instruments from all the artists, and including one of those famous rockers so far. And it's crazy that I never expected Elvis visited the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. And I played there, but I only lost half of my money. But then my mom won $100 over there. It was a good time. So yeah, we're going to New Mexico. We're going to stay in one of the casinos. Hold on, I'm trying to remember what it was. Let's see, Albert. Okay, let me take a look. Casino. Ah, here it is. The Route 66 Casino and Hotel. Yes, that's the one where we stayed at. And I told my dad is why don't we go there once we drive all the way once we arrive at New Mexico on Thursday, and I'll let him sleep, but I wanted to have some little fun time before we head out. And I mean, I mean, I did see it before, and I have passed by a lot of times and everything, and it was a very good experience so far. And I would do is like, truly, I had to stay at my hotel room all day because I wasn't even old enough. So I'm gonna do is we're gonna stay at the Route 66 hotel. We'll have to get a booking first, and then after that, we'll head out and we'll get out of here in no time. All right, guys, only 20 minutes remaining. So easy. What do you have? What do you have in mind? I mean, I still haven't even watched your full book. I will watch that after the stream is over. And yeah, I'm still very tired and everything. I gotta get some exercise because I've been so working, stress eating, and even I've been like buying a lot of junk food. And I tell myself, oh man. So that's not my New Year's resolution because I'll have to work out for 2 months, get all that, get all that, to get my stomach out because I feel very not so very good. So I'm gonna start exercising a lot. Sorry, it's just some craziness. Yeah, I will exercise a lot, and I'm gonna do is make a meal plan. Either I go organic, or people always say they have this diet called keto. Let me take a look. Ah, here it is. Yeah, a keto where you can lose 3 to 5 pounds every week. Now, people always say like, what kind of meals can you make? Sometimes it can be vegan food, or sometimes it can be anything. So there's like a lot of vegan foods that anybody can enjoy. Just stay consistent on your workouts and meals. Thanks, Easy. And even like I do, I have to drink a lot of water, like 5 bottles of water every day, every week, or even, yeah, I do like every 5 days. I would do every day drinking 5 bottles of water every every week, so I can get all that cleaned out. Exercise a lot because I always do is I start with cardio. I had to burn like 400 calories, and then I had to do sit ups, weightlifting, everything. And sometimes I'll have to do some push ups at home. And then all I had to do is I will figure out, and then I will have to pray that I need to lose like more than 20 pounds so I can get fit and perfect. Any hopes for 2026? Hey, Free Spain 99. I was just telling Easy that I'm gonna start working out. I had to lose like more than 20 pounds in 2 months. And I think I'm gonna do is like I'm thinking of like where to go on spring break. I mean, I wanted to go either go to Las Vegas, Miami, or Atlanta, Georgia, because I never been to Atlanta, Georgia, but some of my brothers do, and even my dad. So I am like the only one who hasn't gone to Atlanta, Georgia. So those are like my plans I'm gonna do, and then maybe I'll have a chance to find someone to date because I never had a girlfriend in a very long time. Ever since like being busy with work, doing errands, and even I wanted to ask someone, but sometimes like they reject me of my because of my appearance. Even they always judge me like how much I make, or even they only interested like guys with money, like very high end jobs, and even other stuff. I mean, I don't like that those type of girls who always do that, or even girls who lie to me, or even others who just like cheating on me, and especially others who just trying to even others who are trying to do some bad decisions, either like they sell drugs, or they doing drugs, or doing some other net craziness. I would not I would not accept because that's not very good. And even like people are always saying about like what's the best What's the best partner I can find? I mean, let me tell you guys what's the best partner I want to find. I want to find someone who can be the same age as me or a year younger than me. That's my choice. And I really want someone who is very honest, very kind, respectful, who is caring, who would really understand me, who is like I always like someone like who's very curvy, has a body of athleticism, and I don't care if she's black, white, European, African, Asian. I only want someone who really understands me, no matter how they really love, and they really love me about like through my own heart. They say like it's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that matters. And that's like what Dharma always says. It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that matters. It's good taste, bro. Yeah. And even like what about and people say, well, what about hairstyle? You'll find her. Oh yeah, thanks. And people always say, what kind of hairstyle? Well, I mean, anyone who has like very long hair, that would be okay. Or even like this type of short hair. I mean, I really enjoy like a lot who always have short hair. Either like have like the bangs like that, or they have good rock hairs. Like everybody always see girls who have rock hair, or even like if any girl who has like who's bald. I mean, there are like a lot of female models who are bald, but they always have good beauty. Everybody say being different makes them beautiful too. And I think like someone who really wants to like they want to be a stay-at-home mom, or even they want to be very successful, and they really want and we would always work together. And I really want someone who really like what I want to do. Like we can enjoy hobbies that we like to do, or a lot of things that we really love. Because everybody say you got to know the details too. Just like I've seen on Darwin about like where a woman wants her husband had like I've seen one of Darwin episodes about a woman saw that her husband cheating, doesn't even pay attention to her, and he only cares is like money and everything. Like he only gave her like for example like she wanted was like a butterfly or a heart pendant, but he gave her was like a different necklace instead of a pendant. And then he gave her his chocolates, but one thing that she gave her was coconut. He doesn't even know that she doesn't like coconut, or she's allergic to coconut. And even she doesn't even he gave her was a concert. Chris Brown doesn't even know where what she really wants to see, because she really likes to watch is John Legend. That's one thing that everybody knows. You need to understand what your partner really loves. Even about like she divorced her husband and she reunited was a boyfriend from college, and then she got married with him because he really understands her and wants to give her how much he gives to her. I mean, like he gave her a heart pendant necklace, chocolates, right the right chocolate she wants, and go to John Legend and to see it very far. I mean, like I don't care about going in the middle or front. I always like to see some very good experience so far. And I mean, I've gone to concerts. I always see very far because I don't want to go very. I don't want to go like in front. If you're planning to lose weight, going swimming helps. I did it for 2 months and lost 10 pounds. Also, there's a lot of cute girls at Starbucks. Surprisingly, okay, okay, okay. Free space. You know, I'm blushing. Okay, let's let's be very good. Okay, now I barely go to Starbucks. Sometimes when I needed a refreshment, or sometimes I don't. I even go. I mean, I did go to I mean, the last time I got into Starbucks, it was it was on Friday. It was Black Friday, but I didn't go shopping because I don't want to be very stupid spending a lot of money. I just only went there to go see Zootopia 2, like you guys already know, and then I'm gonna watch the movie Avatar before I go out of town on Thursday. And then finally, I will be doing, and then finally, after the movie, I passed by a Starbucks. I got myself was a caramel latte. It's just like when winter comes, I gotta get myself as a hot drink. But when summer comes, I get a cold drink. All right, guys, we only got 10 minutes. All right, guys, we only got 10 minutes left, so I don't want to waste a lot. But then once I get to the once I get to the last 5 minutes, I'll try to do is trying to find a way to so that everybody can understand and everything. And there's like a I always use like Bible verse because if you don't know, I always be religious and everything, and I wanted to make a message to all of you. Just to like if you guys ever seen my last videos, I always put as a Bible verse about a lot of things. And I mean, just like I told you guys about why I left, and even I told you guys about even I did two videos of pros and cons about dating and about the lottery. And now, like I said before, let me tell you guys, if I ever win the jackpot, now I don't want to be in a life of luxury because like people always get to doing bad decisions if you're in a life of luxury. The only thing is, if you're in a life of luxury and always care about lavish lifestyle, that's not very good because you will end up spending too much money and you'll end up in debt because people always buy like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls Royce, or even a Bugatti. That's a lot of money and it will affect your car insurance too. Even you buy mansions, it's too much with property taxes and everything. That's too much too. You don't want to be that kind of guy. I mean, just like when you guys seen on Mr. Beast's video where he started to go visit a $1 house, jacket, gold, silver, all that nonsense. I would not be that kind of guy doing that. Because if I win that jackpot, I would take therapy first, get a lawyer and accountant to manage my money, claim it, and then I'll share the money to my brothers and my parents because I want to help my parents and even I wanted to help my grandpa because that's what I wanted to do is like help my grandpa get better. I don't want to lose him. That's the one thing I really wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to if I ever win the money, I will help my grandpa get himself better. And so as my grandma from my mom's side, it's important for that and even like help my parents retire, help my brothers move on and then I can help my nieces and nephews with their college so they can have a good better future. And if I ever wanted to I will quit my job, my two jobs, and I'm going to do is like maybe I'll retire, but I wanted to live somewhere so I don't get spotted or anything. And I am not going to buy luxury cars or anything. I'll only buy like regular cars. I want to buy only two cars, a truck and maybe a Range Rover. And I don't want to buy mansions and stuff. I want to buy like land, build a house, save money. And instead of buying a lot of like all designer brands and everything, I always do is save money, go to discount stores. I go to Ross, Marshalls, DD's discounts, and TJ Maxx because it's a good way to save money. So that's the only thing you guys have to know. Always save money. Don't spend on money on a lot of stuff. And be careful of who you trust with, okay? You cannot tell anybody, only to yourself and the people you love is your mom, your dad. All right? And most of all, you got to keep yourself anonymous because I've seen so many who have already been exposed. So keep yourself anonymous so that nobody knows about that, okay? And and it's important to always put in the bank and don't spend a lot, okay? And if you have any plans for your about winning, always think about it and be responsible of how much money you're going to be spending, okay? And it's important to always be with your family and friends and the people you love, okay? Don't reject them and don't do anything badly because one bad move can lead you to karma. So that's one thing that everybody knows. So, all right, guys. So here's another thing. So here's the Bible verse about being with. Here's a Bible verse about being with the people you love. All right. Here's what it is. Do you hope My Little Pony comes back soon? Well, that's one thing. I think I did watch the fifth of the Tell Your Tales of Milo Pony, and then Hasbro was still trying to get that off. Ever since they stopped in season two, it was like the summer episode, but they're still working on it, and even they made like a little of those picture and scripts things, so they're still gonna work on that, and maybe they're gonna do like the sixth generation, but I'm not sure if it will happen or not. I just really miss the fourth generation. It's been so much. So here is the Bible verse about the ones you love. A new command I give you: love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. John 13:34 to 35. So remember, you guys, it's important to be with the people you love and everything. It's like when you're in Christmas, everybody has to be with the people you love. So that's what I'm going to be doing, you guys. So I'm going to be spending a little time I go to before I go out of town. Once after we celebrate Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and once everything done, everything's going to be fine. So I wanted to make this little message before I finished. I wanted to say Merry Christmas, everyone. And I hope you guys have a good Christmas. And I know most of you know that I won't be able to come back and be in my live stream next week because of family emergency, but I will come back on New Year's Day. So I wanted to say Merry Christmas to all of you. And I hope you guys give me a lot of support. And I just pray to God so that my grandpa can be better. So that's it for today's live stream. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you miss any videos, click on notification bell. Give me a thumbs up if you love this live stream, and comment down below if you have any ideas for the next video. So Merry Christmas, you guys! Merry Christmas for you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.